today I asked you to complete these two questions about renewable resources. Not too hard, right? Using wind as a energy source. Sorry, my computer's being very slow this morning. Minerva, can you draw on my screen and show me where A goes, please?
Wait a bit.
Yeah, sure.
Some problem.
Just put a circle in it. That's fine.
Okay.
Or draw an arrow from A to the right one. That's fine as well. So keep it simple. Just draw a line. Let's go from here to here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, yeah. So that is a wind turbine. Yeah. So Minerva, how do wind turbines work?
Wind turn the
Blades.
blade, and then it turn another thing inside it, and then it make electricity.
Yeah, it turns a turbine inside it. Good job, well done. So the wind will spin the windmill. As the windmill spins, it will then turn the turbine inside of the windmill, which will then create electricity. Good job. And do B for me, please. Yeah, good job. Well done. And how do solar panels work?
This grow when the sun shine into this solar panel. It will keep the energy there, and it will make the electricity.
Yeah, so it absorbs sunlight, right? They absorb sunlight and they create electricity from the sunlight. Good job. Mr. Monkey, do C for me, please.
Okay.
C, hydroelectric. Is there water there? You sure? Yeah, that's better. We can get rid of it. Do the second one, please.
We'll do it again.
Yes, please. Oh, not that one. The other one. It's the one at the top. Yeah. Okay, fine, Monkey. Monkey, how do hydroelectric power stations work?
Water flows through, and then water flows, and then it
Turns a what? Begins with T.
Huh?
It begins with T. It turns something.
And then it turns the turbine.
Yeah, it turns the turbine. Good job. Yeah. So very similar to wind power, right? In wind power we use wind to turn a turbine, but with hydroelectric we use water to turn the turbine. Bill, can you do the next one for me, please, buddy? Geothermal. Which one do you think it is? No, not that one. Yeah, good job. So geothermal stations work by remember we learned about steam trains ages ago. We use steam to power the train. The burning of steam, the creation of steam helps turn a turbine. We do the exact same with geothermal power. We fire water down into the ground and it gets all hot and it turns to steam. And as the steam rises, it then moves a turbine again. You start to see a trend here, right? You're starting to see the same things happen. So we have wind, we have water, we have steam. They're all turning a turbine. We're using renewable resources to make things move, right? We're using their energy to make things move. You can remember what is the definition of energy? What's the definition of energy? P, what's the definition of energy? Also, P, Ava, Laura, Pizza, Emily, Guy, cameras on, please. Thank you so much.
Don't have camera. I say many times.
Okay, Pizza, thank you.
I'm not to do work.
Yeah, the ability to do work, right? The ability to do work. So here we're using renewable energy to do work. In this case, we're using wind to move a turbine. We're using water to move a turbine. We're using steam to move a turbine. We're using all of these types of energy to do work for us. And because it's renewable, we're not burning fossil fuels in order to find the work, okay? Yes, Monkey, do you have a question? No? Okay, cool. Okay, good job. And the last one, please. Laura, can you do the last one for me, please? E, biomass.
Wood.
E, please. Draw an arrow for E for me, please.
Okay. Wait, how to do this?
So at the very top, you have a more options. You click on that, you click on annotate, and from there you can draw on the screen.
Annotate.
Annotate, yes.
annotate. When I click on the three dots, there is only raise hand, chat, meeting settings, minimize meeting, and disconnect audio.
Okay, so Laura, apparently you do not have an annotate option. That's unfortunate, no problem. Ava, can you do the last one for me, please? It's okay, Laura. It's not the biggest problem in the world.
Oh, I see this. I see this little pencil right over here. Is that annotate?
Okay, right. Laura, can you please do
Can
it? Yes, let's go. Go.
Oh, okay. Right a bit. I want this color.
Laura, the color does not matter.
Okay. Me cannot see.
Hey, Laura, please. Only one more left. Right, okay, look, I'm going to do this for you. So yes, this here is a biomass burning station. What will happen is that in these areas, we will burn biomass. You can remember, what do we use for biomass? Guy, what are some examples of biomass? What do we use? You can remember from yesterday. What are some things we burn from biomass? The name, right? Bio means natural. Mass means that it has volume, has matter. Okay, so anything that's natural matter, like wood or waste, anything like this, we can burn as biomass. And the burning of that then releases energy that we can again use to power a turbine. Okay, good job. Eva, the next question. What is the difference between a renewable and a non-renewable resource? Okay, Laura, don't worry. Okay, Laura, don't worry about it. Eva, what's the answer to that question?
Renewable energy can be replenished easily, but non-renewable energy can't be replenished easily.
Yep, cool. Very simple. Simple answer. Good job. Well done. Sky, what did you write for that question?
Renewable resources can be replaced quickly, but non-renewable resources need a million of years to replenish.
Yep, cool. That's fine. Good job. Emily.
Could you say the question again?
What is the difference between a renewable and a non-renewable resource? This question down here, question number 3.
The renewable resource is good for nature, but the non-renewable resource is not good for nature, and it could disappear forever.
Yeah, okay. It's a different way to look at it. Still correct. Good job. Pizza, what did you write for this answer, buddy?
A non-renewable resource is a resource that can't be renewed in a human time scale, and a renewable resource is a resource that can be replenished quickly when used.
Cool. Really good answer. Well done, Pizza. Good job. James, what did you write for this answer?
Yes.
Question number 3. What answer did you write?
Number 3.
Yes, number 3, please.
Non-renewable resource is cannot replenish fast over time when humans use it too much fast. A renewable resource can use again and again, but it's good
Okay.
for the environment, and it can replenish fast, so humans have it nearly for infinity.
Yeah, cool. Good job, James. Really good answer as well. Okay, yeah. Everyone, well done. Yeah, it's simple, right? You've done lots of this. It's not too difficult. Let's look at a couple of other questions as well, please, right? So let's look here. So this is actually on your next page, but I just put it into the slides to make it easier. So have a look at these pictures, right? You have wind turbine, you've got hydroelectric, and you got solar panel. So look here on the right-hand side, which pictures match up to it? So Phil, can you draw a line for me for the pictures that match up for the wind power, for example, the wind turbine? How does the wind turbine? Yeah, cool, good job. Sky, can you draw one for me for the hydroelectric power? Yeah, perfect, well done. Computer froze. And last one, Pizza, draw a line for me for the solar panel, please. Yeah, perfect, good job, right? I want you to look at these pictures. In particular, look at the wind and then look at the hydroelectric power. I want you to think about how it is that they work, okay? How do they work? So think about it like this. There are 2 renewable and non-renewable resources where you live. What are the natural resources and the electricity producing devices? So you all told me that there is a hydroelectric power station in Bing, right? Correct. Everyone, cameras on, please. Ken, Emily, Laura, Sky, P. Cameras on. Thank you so much. So there's a hydroelectric power station in Huabing, right? You all told me this? Yes? Yeah? No? Yeah? No? Yes? No? Do we know of any solar farms in Hanoi or in Vietnam? I know there's one down south. It's a pretty big one down south. No? Okay. Well, actually, there we go. I'm going to give you this as your homework as well, right? I did find this article for you. What I'm going to do is I'll give you that as your homework. I found an article on the Hanoi Times regarding solar power capacity is increasing, right? So here we have Dami or Dami, Dami maybe. I really don't know. But as you can see, we have solar panels in the sea. Why do you think they would have solar panels on the water? P, why do you think they would have solar panels on the water?
They have solar panels on the water.
What do you think?
I think in the sea sometimes have the sun.
Yeah, well, exactly right. Maybe there's more sunlight there. Maybe there's more ability to get sun. So what I'll do is I will send you this. And look, you can see electricity producing biomass, wind and solar panel in Vietnam over the last few years. You can see how everything is increasing, particularly solar panel, right? So by 2030, nearly 11% of all electricity in Vietnam will be powered by solar power. It's really good. So maybe what we'll do is we'll get you to do that as your homework as well. We'll give you that question 5 as your homework to do some research on some renewable energy within Vietnam. So I'm going to quickly go through this. So the idea of wind farming, right? So a wind farm is a large area with lots of wind turbines where there's lots and lots and lots of wind. You're not going to choose somewhere to put a wind farm where there isn't that much wind, right? You can see here we've got some on land and here we've got some out to sea. And these are areas that are going to produce lots and lots of wind. And from there, we're going to be able to get lots and lots of electricity from it because the wind is going to move the turbines. Hydroelectric power stations. They're usually located along rivers, right? You can see this is kind of like a dam. And here you have all of the water, it's flowing through the dam. And as the water flows through, it moves the turbines and it creates the electricity for local towns to use. For example, this town here. So again, this is a very simple hydroelectric station. Under here, you'll have turbines, similar to what you have with the wind power. It will probably look the exact same, but in here, it will help move. And with the use of moving water, you'll then be able to create electricity. Solar farms, right? Look how big they are, right? They are huge. Solar farms are very, very big. You need quite a lot of solar panels to get a lot of energy. But it's renewable resource, so you can use it again and again and again and again. They are large areas. They cover them completely in solar panels, and you put them in places where you get sunshine pretty much all year round, okay? The more sunshine you get, the more energy you can create. So are you going to put solar panels somewhere where it's cloudy? No, probably not. You choose somewhere it would be good. Where do you think are some good places to put solar farms? Eva, where do you think a good place for a solar farm would be?
A place that is
Like what? Give me an example. Where do you know? Yeah, where do you know on the Earth that gets a lot of sunshine?
Sahara Desert.
Sahara Desert. You think putting solar panels in the Sahara Desert's a good idea?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would think so, right? Very simply, I would think it's a good idea. Putting solar panels in deserts seems like a good idea to me, right? Lots of sun there. Yes, Emily?
Mr. Ryan.
Yes.
But at Sahara, no one could live there. So
Yeah.
even if we have electricity up there, it's useless.
How do we make electricity move?
Wires.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can you run a wire from the solar panel or the solar farm to somewhere where people live?
Yes. But Sahara Desert I think it is too far.
So would you build it in the middle of the Sahara Desert?
In the middle, it will have the most sunlight, but
True.
I don't think anyone will live there.
No, I don't think anyone would live there either. But with wires and improving technology, we can do things like that. Again, it comes down to thinking, well, hold on. Can I make a wire?
Mr. Ryan,
Yes, Emily. Yes.
could we store electricity in bottles?
You could. Yes, in theory. It's called a battery, right?
Okay.
So you could store the electricity in batteries. You could move the electricity in a battery to where you want it to go, right? So there are ways around it. Yes, Bill, you have a question.
Can rain make a solar panel here?
In Hanoi?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. The house I lived in before this one, we had solar panels on the roof. We had solar panels on the roof to heat the water in the house, and it worked quite well. Pretty good. So there are good opportunities for it. Hanoi does get quite a lot of sunshine, so it will be quite helpful here. And the last one is geothermal power stations. Okay, so they're located where the Earth's crust is not that thick; it's not that deep. Right? Think about volcanoes. Volcanoes, the lava is very close to the surface, so it's quite hot beneath the ground there. Geothermal stations, particularly in places where there's lots and lots of volcanic activity, places like Iceland, for example, that's a really good place to have a geothermal station because the Earth's crust is not that thick. And that when we fire water down to make steam, we don't have to fire it down a very, very long way, and we don't do too much damage to the environment. It's also a very clean way to do it as well because it just produces water vapor. What they do is they fire steam down and the steam powers turbines, similar to what you see with wind and water, natural resource energy creation. It's the use of movement, right? We use movement. We use the Earth's energy in order to create electricity for us. So, oh no, that's the wrong one. So, in your book, if you go to page 552, you've got everything I just explained to you, just in a little bit more detail, okay? You've got wind energy, it doesn't pollute the air, it spins blades, which then creates energy. Blades turn a device called a generator inside the turbine, and this is used to create electricity. So as the blades spin, they spin something else, which that makes electricity. Similar, hydroelectricity comes from the movement of water. The movement of water spins turbines. It's very the same as wind energy, right? Very same. And that produces electricity. Geothermal energy is heat from the earth. Use steam from underground again to spin a turbine. So wind energy, hydroelectric energy, and geothermal energy all use the spinning of a turbine to create energy. This one they use wind, here they use water, and here they use steam to move it. It's the movement of wind, and the movement of water, and the movement of steam that cause turbines to spin, which we can then create electricity from. And last one, we have solar panels, right? Solar panels are clean energy. We use sunlight and the absorption of photons from sunlight we then use to create energy as well, okay? So, think about this one. Choose two energy sources that you learned about. How are the processes different? How are they alike? How are they different? Which two renewable energy types do kind of the same thing? Kind of the same thing. Think about the energy that they use. Who can tell me? Kent, what do you think? Which two processes are similar?
Similar.
Which ones are kind of the same?
Two energy source as the same.
Kind of the same. Like how they make electricity, how are they kind of the same? Okay, Minerva, what do you think?
I know.
Okay, go on then. Tell me.
Heat and wind.
How are they the same? Look at this page again, right? And what's the similarities there between geothermal and wind energy? What do they both do?
Oh, they're both spin a generator to
Yeah, good job.
Electricity.
Yeah, good job. Well done. They both spin a generator to create electricity. Wind, geothermal, hydroelectric, they all spin a generator to create electricity. Sky, what's the difference between wind energy and geothermal energy? How do they spin the turbines?
Energy spin the turbine and geothermal energy is heat from it.
Yeah, exactly. Just what they use is different. They both pretty much do the same thing. Lisa, what's the difference between wind energy and hydroelectric energy?
Wind energy is used by wind, and hydroelectric is by water.
Cool. And James, how is wind energy and hydroelectric energy the same? Like how is their process the same? What do they both do?
They make energy.
How? And what do they do to make energy?
Spin the turbine in that the magnets make the earth.
Perfect. Good job. Yeah, excellent. Well done. And Minerva, how is hydroelectric energy and geothermal energy different?
Hydroelectric energy uses water and geothermal energy uses heat from the earth.
Yeah, perfect. Good job. Well done. So these three processes are kind of similar. Wind energy, or wind farms, they use energy from the wind to spin turbines. Geothermal energy uses heat from the earth to spin turbines. Like hydroelectric energy uses water to spin turbines. They're quite similar, right? They just use different natural resources to complete the energy cycle: wind, water, and heat from the earth. So they're kind of more or less the same thing. If you looked at the three machines that are used to create electricity inside the wind turbine, the geothermal power, and the hydroelectric station, they probably look quite similar, right? They all have a generator, they all got blades that spin, so they kind of look the same. The only one that's a little bit different is solar panel. With solar panels, just like geothermal, just like wind, just like hydroelectric, it's clean energy, right? It's not the burning of fossil fuels. We're not polluting the earth with dangerous toxins or chemicals that go into the atmosphere. It's clean energy. So there's kind of the similar with that, right? What I want you to do for your homework, choose one renewable energy resource. I want you to write about how it works, how people are using this resource to replace fossil fuels, okay? I want you to give me some examples as well. Do some research. What I'll do is I'll make sure you get this presentation with this article. And I also want you to do this question number 5 as well. So for your homework, it is question number 5. Describe 2 renewable and non-renewable resources where you live. So do some research about Vietnam. Have a look. These are both in Vietnam, by the way. Pictures. They're both down in the south of Vietnam near Ho Chi Minh. So you can do some research about that or Hoa Binh and write about it as well. I also want you to do this last one too, which would be to choose one renewable resource and write in more detail. Okay, does anybody have any questions about their homework for the weekend? Bye. Have a nice weekend. See you on Monday.